Everybody, it's Invicta, and it is time for our very first episode of 2026. Happy New Year, everybody. I hope you all had a fantastic New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, and you're recovering if you went out and partied, or you just have, just a good day. I personally didn't do anything for New Year's. I streamed, and that's just what I've been doing the last couple of years, and honestly, I just wouldn't be happier anywhere else than hanging out with the mosh pit, so... Thank you, everyone, for making 2025 awesome. Let's make 2026 even awesomer. And starting off with a picture of the day here and a nice celebration to kick off the new year. This one was sent in by Linan on the Invicta subreddit. Title thread was "Got my metal print," and in the thread they said, "Want a signed metal print on the Tuesday YouTube live stream right before Christmas, and it just arrived today. I'm so excited that it's here. Thanks again for the signed card. It made my Christmas and also my birthday, which is in a week. Well, happy early birthday. Well, I guess now it's probably your birthday. And also, thank you very much, Linan, for taking part in the Tuesday live stream. So here we go. Let's see officially what kind of good or bad run we're going to start off with. January, new month, new you, and I'm already a little sus about this year. 062 Golf 91 Alpha 9. Ooh boy. Well, the good news is that we have cool looking hair, literally, because it's blue. But we're starting off here with anti-grav tears, which is not necessarily one of my favorite items. There are some practical uses for anti-grav, but unfortunately, it's just an item, in my opinion, that you just kind of have to play around. Now, of course, you can Pac-Man it up and just kind of leave tear pellets everywhere. But if you want to bypass that effect altogether, you have to tap fire, and that's unfortunately what I'm going to be doing. It does have some interesting synergies, particularly when you're talking about with Brimstone. But I kind of find it more annoying with Brimstone than just regular Brimstone, because there's no option to just simply fire and just let it be. You have to actually still let the anti-grav tier kind of go, and then it will fire off a Brimstone after a short delay. So that can be kind of annoying if you're like me and you just don't like you don't like it being messed with. Like the firing rate or the activation time on attacks or items, that sort of thing. And anti-grav does add that delay. Now, one item that we don't have to worry about that with is something like Epic Fetus or even Mom's Knife, as I wouldn't mind getting either one of those items now, to be honest. I mean, that's how much I do not like anti-grav tiers. Unfortunately, we're not going to have a full charge for the final room here to go to the boss, unless I go into the curse room, which obviously with us being on one soul heart, that's not going to happen. So we were able to get into the secret room, and let's see if we can get a little bit more money out of there. If there's combat in here, we could get a full charge on Lemonade. Lemonade is actually not terrible. You could also go buy that full charge in the shop, but We could also get into the curse room for half price, as we do have that Hangman card, which I might end up using right now. Yep. Yeah, it's just that angle, man. If you don't have the movement speed, if you can't get around that rock. Remember a couple days ago when I was talking about the angle on this arena? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about when you're facing Blighted Oven. It's a guaranteed hit. There you go. So we might as well go into the curse room now, since we're going to start the next floor with a full soul heart anyway. And what we can do is we can either use this Hangman card, which I'm not going to, and then leave so we have at least 1 HP out, but it's not that big of a deal unless we don't get hit by one of those bombs, and we would die. So yeah, so we're hitting the reset button on our HP. We're going to start off with a Tears upgrade, which we definitely, it wasn't the stat that we needed the most right now, which is actually damage. But any Tears up is a good Tears up, especially early on. We go into the first official question of the episode. This one was sent in by Nissen on the YouTube video for Merry Christmas, which was exactly 1 week ago. Title of the thread was question of the episode, or title of the question, I should say, from Nissen was question of the episode: if you could choose to remove curses or always get a guaranteed devil deal / angel deal, duality plus goat head combo permanently, which one would you choose and why? We could remove curses or always get devil deals and or angel deals. If it were up to me, obviously I would just get perma angel deals and devil deals, but I don't know if that's better than just simply saying, you know what, we'll never have to worry about Curse the XL again, Curse the Blind again. You know, that though, just the idea that we would have a permanent black candle is more appealing to me than we get devil deals, we get angel deals, but curses still exist. So maybe in a surprising move to some, maybe not, I would actually remove curses and get guaranteed angel deals and or devil deals. Another reason that is because, you know, we've had runs where we have guaranteed devil deals and angel deals, either by way of Eucharist or the goat head or whatever, and those runs can still end up being bad because there's no good item in there anyway. So we might as well have not even gotten the devil deal itself or the angel deal itself. I think that's important for everyone to remember here, is that, you know, curses can be completely game changing and game breaking and run ending in some cases, whereas getting a devil deal item, yeah, they can be good, but there's also plenty of bad devil deal items out there that are not worth the time. Can I get the 9 volt here, which is what I want? I'm gonna ding our donation machine. Oh man, now yeah, we can get everything now. I'm gonna take a stab at this to see if it's a 2 of diamonds, and it's not. We still have enough money for the soul heart as well as this full charge here on the jar of lemonade. Regular secret room should be there, but it's our last bomb, and I don't want to use it yet. I've been breaking that rule a little bit too often. World card, I think we can save that for the next floor. At least our range is somewhat sufficient. Definitely don't want to leave. That could have been bad. Spider should have taken that move there. I don't know why it didn't. One other thing we can do here, as you see me load up these shots, is that we can cluster them together, and instead of tap firing, we can just simply let loose a whole flood of tears. That's another way to use the effects of anti-grav to your advantage. But it only really works as if in those situations where you have a ton of damage. When you have little piddly damage like this, like 2.64, it's not nearly as effective as just having, even if this were double, to close to like 6 damage here. We let a whole burst of damage go out. Any boss is going to get completely stonewalled by that. Old bandage here and check the devil deal, and it's early for Guppy's tail, man. But if we get the left hand in Guppy's tail, that could be an avenue of winning there. But man, we have to worry about no key spawns. Obviously, we cannot take Succubus, as we would die. And we need to go find the item room here. Not the item room. Isaac, you need to chill up there, dude. Okay, so secret room might be south of here. It usually is whenever we see this room, but I don't know for sure. I definitely can't be there. Normally it would be there, but the boss room is there, so it did not spawn. I tried to get the Hangman card off before that happened, and it was just too late. So yeah, you're seeing the problem here with anti-grav, but more particularly just how bad our damage is. And we've got to get some kind of solution here. That is not it, but it will allow us to go into the curse room for free and get out of there for free as well. Okay, we got our soul hearts back and then some. It's good, but I'd rather get another Guppy item. I'd rather get a Devil Deal item. We can go into the arcade and maybe sneak a couple keys from Three Skull Monty if he's in there. If we get lucky, of course. And I think that this is actually the secret room. Secret room is a go. We're not going to go for that golden chest because we have no keys. Yeah, we get a cardio coin, and of course there's no Three Skull Monty on the off chance or off time that we really actually want one. The old bandage is what's dropping that red heart right there. Got 20 cents. Let's go check the super secret room while we're here. And, you know, Rusted Key. Rusted Key kind of counterbalances Guppy's tail a little bit. 10% chance for the room clear to be the room clear reward to be a key. Then a 33% chance for the bonus key from chests, tinted rocks, destroyed machines. So that could somewhat help with the effects of Guppy's tail. I'm going to go for the world card here just so we have a little bit of guidance on the next floor. And yeah, let's see how this works. Rusted Key versus Guppy's tail. All right, curse the maze. We can go into the curse room here. Just gonna have to wait for Tooth and Nail to proc again. A little bit slow on the draw there. We get Euthanasia. The Gluttony, who we actually cannot go get anything from. I can't use Lemonade. You're seeing the really, really strong and surprisingly powerful damage of Lemonade there. But now a familiar feeling of, well, we found everything we want to, but we don't have a key is starting to kind of flare up. Now we did get a charge key, so I'm going to use that whenever we're done clearing whenever we use the Lemonade. This is definitely a sticky nickel. You can tell by the way that it sounded when we walked in. So still no keys yet. I'm gonna get this penny as well. Super secret room could be here. I don't think it is, but it could be. We only have one bomb, so I'm not going to just test it and figure it out. This is also probably the super secret room. Actually, with Tooth and Nail is a pretty big get for us. It allows us to have total immunity for a very short amount of time. And these secret room chests are still just kind of disappointing. But we have 27 cents, and we need to get something out of the shop. Even if it's a greed fight and a Steam sale, which it's impossible to be because we already fought Gluttony on this floor. This is a great room for teaching newer players about target prioritization and the proximity at which you should start getting nervous about something encroaching on your position. It's just an overall very, very strong training room. Because on top of that, you also have to learn about turrets. So if you find that room, I recommend, if you're on PC and you don't mind using the dev console, to just use the glowing hourglass on that a couple times, like 5 or 10 times, and see how many times out of those attempts that you can get it hitless. I'll pick it up now. Thank you, Curse the Maze. We might as well go check to see what's inside the mob trap room as more pills drop. Even though we don't have PH Dizzle, that's a golden chest which we just cannot open right now. Blanket's great. It's gonna give us a soul heart. So is the half price soul heart. And was there a key in there? There's a maze actively trying to kill us. Got 2 keys back, okay. Being sinus infection, it's a good item. Well, you can have that golden chest game. It is a good item, especially with the way that it spreads. There. Must be in that extra room that we didn't go into. And it is going to be a ground-based boss, which is good. It's going to be Gertie Sr. And she is not long for this world, especially with the combined efforts of Nose Goblin, or in this case, Sinus Infection, and also Lemonade. Plus me firing on her is going to create a lot of pressure. And we get another Tears upgrade, but man, we really need to start getting a damage upgrade here, game. Like, really, really, really badly. There was no tarot card. Why do I feel like there was one that we were supposed to get? I don't know. Always love a new year. This means that the Mosh Pit statisticians are eating good. And I want to make a very conscious effort this year, since obviously we didn't have an end of the year compilation from 2025. I've created a Discord channel for those of you who are subscribed to the channel through a paid membership, whether it's Patreon, whether it's Twitch, whether it's YouTube memberships. And that includes, by the way, if you come into the streams and you ever receive one of the many, many generously gifted subs by the Mosh Pit, that gives you access to the Discord. Some people were wondering about that. So, and yes, you can still convert your gifted sub into an actual sub that is recurring. So you don't have to worry about keeping up maintenance with it. But I've made a channel inside of the Discord for people to not nominate, but also share clips, their favorite clips and moments from certain episodes, and leaving a format kind of explaining to everybody how, this is how, if you have an official submission for this channel, send it like this, and then you can either post well, I mean, mostly it's going to be YouTube clips, so, but there are ways to clip stuff from videos. And I think that we will be much better prepared for me to just hand Alex a bunch of everyone's favorite clips from this year, and then turn it to a very interesting video. So we didn't do it last year. The only reason why we haven't is because it does take a lot of effort and time to manage. But now that we're on day 1 of 2026. I think it's time that we put in a concerted effort into let's make one of our goals this year. Let's make it to where we can very easily and readily put together compilation best of moments for every month, and then of course have one big rundown show at the end, and let the Mosh Pit vote on their top 10 favorite moments from the Isaac series. I mean, another terrestrial boss, and man, oh man, Lemonade just absolutely destroying Frail. And yeah, we'll just head on down. Nothing else to explore with these keys. Cat of Nine Tails at least gives us some damage here, which is great. Don't get me wrong, it's great. We need to get enough money to buy Mom's Key, if there is one in the shop. Get another Soul Heart here as well. Good. Good. Yeah, you're seeing how difficult it is for us to just quickly dispatch things in this run. And of course, having anti-grav tiers is not helping things. See here, we just kind of just letting him lay loose there and leave little landmines for anything stupid enough to walk into. So we got down the Mega Claudie. This is definitely where flying and spectral tiers would come in handy. There we go. Free chest and 2 keys. Okay. Not often you get to see that. We had to wait till floor 5 for our next devil deal. We got one definitely by floor 4. Let's go beat the boss real quick. It is Reap Creep, who I don't think is affected by Lemonade. Because he's technically in the air, even though he's not. It's one of the more audio-based bosses out there, so you got to know what attacks are coming. So here comes the deep breath. We know it's going to be a 4 beam attack. There you go. Sinus Infection doing its work. Regular old HP upgrade. And a Krampus fight. That's just super, super awesome. So great. It's really great. Well, we got Lump of Coal, so that's good. Obviously, boss rush is not happening. So let's go, maybe, I hope, get a damage upgrade here. We need some dang movement speed, too. We need all sorts of things. This has not been a very stat-heavy run. Regular old HP upgrade. All right. Oh, Curse the Unknown. I don't think that you're going to be able to figure out exactly how much HP we have. And we've got a lot. That doesn't mean I want to take damage, though. Secret room might be here. Yeah. We get another HP upgrade. So tankiness is going to be our middle name for now, which is good. If we're not going to be powerful, then we got to be tanky. And Isaac's ability to absorb a lot of damage, sometimes your best bet to win. May not be the prettiest or best win in the world, but it's, hey, as long as you get the dub, that's the only thing that matters. Stars card. Okay, so we have a free teleport in the next floor. We could go find the shop, but honestly, well, there could be a good half price item in there, like a half price black candle or something. I'm trying to figure out. We're gonna need 2 bombs regardless. We always want to be trading for keys here. We don't necessarily always need bombs, but when we do, we usually have a couple. We don't have anything that's negatively impacting our bomb spawns right now, or our ability to get them as well. Yep. Bombs are going to be in demand no matter what. So we got a golden key. This is absolutely a lemonade room here, 100%. I don't know what I expected to happen there. I thought maybe I would have the moves to juke that, but then I again remembered that yeah, we have no movement speed. Full charge. I'm just gonna take it right now. Planetarium here. And yeah, got done talking about Mars the other day as one of those items that I do think had a turnaround moment. So let's get one more penny here. Oh, I don't know about that one game. That one was pretty generous on that. So, I'm gonna try to run. Got to be kidding me. We get our movement speed upgrade, but I'm still just looking for 1 penny. Like just 1 penny is all I need. Got 5 bombs, now 4. Find the secret room, which at this point could be anywhere. Not there though. We have to check above the item room. Definitely looks like where it would be. It is. And there's still no penny. All right, January. Look, this is day 1. This is day 1 of 2026. You're on notice. All right. You are under the watchful guise of all of the mosh pit right now. We want to start 2026 off with a bang. That is unbelievable that we haven't gotten a penny. Global D6, which is not going to help us out here. My God, he's done it. My God. All right, so it's not going to roll anything in the shop. Could have, I guess, left Mars there, but... Oh, no, it did roll it. Oh, because that was Diplopia. Carry card. I'm going to stick with the reverse hangman cards because that will give us money. It will basically turn us into the into Tainted Keeper for a little bit, and we can earn some extra cash. What a shame that there's no item pedestals in here for us to re-roll. Okay, Rusted Key, I think you're doing well so far. First Lost. Gotta remember we also have Mars. Shot speed. Our shot speed was already pretty high, so I don't think that that's going to make much of a difference. Gonna turn to the Tainted Keeper here just so we can get that the golden touch effect. for our keys. I don't know why I can't think of the name of the passive from Tainted Keeper. Even though it doesn't seem like a lot of money. Look at that shotgun. I guess it was a death rattle. Even though it doesn't seem like it's a lot of money that we're getting here, it's just remember it all adds up. Just think of how many mobs we kill in any given floor. Now multiply that by a whole bunch. That's the potential payout here for these. It's whoa, hey Mars. Hey, you don't want to do that. Let's not do that again. What's crazy is that I wasn't even barely moving, dude. These troll bombs. January going ham here with these curses and bombs and the world card, which is, I mean, obviously it's totally worthless for us right now. Yeah, so picture this room without us being able to tap fire. Not mean to use that. How did we get bounced into that? Yeah, we found our item room. Great proc there by Tooth and Nail. Sagittarius, it gives us movement speed, and having the piercing shots is nice. Secret room could be here. Yep. All right. Operation Find Item Room complete. Now it's Operation Find Shop. Necesito locate the Tienda O. Okay. Wrath was stupefied there. No. We keep the full card. Now you can change directions with anti-grav. Doesn't always there's basically kind of a rotation that it does. When you give multiple inputs on, based on where you want to go. Oh wow, got another one. For example, you could be firing one way and then decide, oh wait, I need to go up here, but then go back here and then down, and then I'm being surrounded. They will always release in the order that they were shot. I'm leaving little breadcrumbs here, little slices of cheesecake. These mobs. Okay. Definitely not the most impressive start to the year, I will say. I have a full card, so in case if I wanted to leave, we could. For whatever reason. I'm honestly shocked that shot got past the mom's foot. Brother. I think that mom should take extra damage if her foot lands on her hand. I'm gonna be taking the Polaroid here, and I don't trust what we see going on here. we're not in like any danger. Let me just get that out of the way right now. We're not in any danger. But I do want to be a little bit cautious about giving up, going for a bad path there, and not having the Polaroid. Okay. Hoping that we get a world card here. You get an ace of spades, which will convert all enemies into keys, which is obviously something that we want. Dolly gives us range and hearts. Red chest here. I'm really disappointed with with the lack of red chest, or even the left hand. That was the whole point of me taking Guppy's tail, but shows you that it doesn't always work out the way you want it to. Life would be too easy if that were the case. We'd all be rich and famous and have an attractive, significant other. And be as tall as we want. Definitely would not want to be too much taller than I am right now. I'm not particularly tall either. Love watching the tears. Be the next parody song for Isaac. Your tears don't crawl, they fly around me. Tears Don't Fall by Bullet for My Valentine. You all know that song. If you ever watched or played World of Warcraft at any point in the early 2000s, you definitely knew that song. Devil card, don't really care, but it doesn't really matter because we got the Empress. Kind of a push there. Key room should be there. Really? Huh. Well, the Super Secret Room is definitely down here. See the reverse arrow. Little house. Okay, check out the super secret room real quick. And we've got a golden key, so whatever, mega chest. Of course, we can't have. We go rusted key here. I think that we have enough, but the teardrop charm, I don't think it's going to do anything other than help us proc sinus infection, which does equate to damage. Let's see how much we get. How many sinus infection tears do we get here? We got one. I saw that there was 3. There we go. Okay, we get synth oil. 2 or 3 for spun, and yeah. Guppy Dream, probably dead. First the maze. I'm secretly hoping that we get more mapping from our deck of cards too. Okay. Nice. Latch key gives us a key. Couple keys. Use Mars. That's something that I haven't mentioned, by the way. We could, if I really, really wanted to or needed to, we could use Mars to get into the in and out of the curse room. We don't want to wait for Tooth and Nail. 2 hearts there. Yeah, this is another not Ultra Pride. Why we want to see Ultra Prize, because obviously we want the left hand, but I think that's I think that dream is probably gone now. Yep. Get a lighter. I guess the lighter's fine. It's better than the teardrop charm, that's for sure. We're not really... I didn't see much return on that. Pay to play or pay to win would have been nice earlier. Everest Machine, we might as well go down to Polar Invincibility, even though it's probably past the point now of being useful in terms of money. But you never know. You never know when you find a really greedy judgment or something. Be very careful. There, that was a great block. I actually don't know if that shot made it to us or not, but that looked like it was a great block from what? He was immune too? Excuse me? So I do not want equality. I need to go back and get my dish. Dude. I feel like the blood banks have just they disappoint you one way or another. They either don't give you enough money or they give you an instant payout when you're not looking for one. And there's also times where they just don't give you anything. I was prepared to smash that eyeball. Okay, good. We got the hardest thing about this room is taking down the two mobs that are in this that are in the middle. They're normally a ranged mob. These quick draw McGraw lasers. Slow and steady. There we go. You get a double deal. Yes, Juice is freaking Shadow. So, okay, it's nice to have a backup, but we hopefully won't need it. I hope. Got this year's hottest new anthem, that meme song from the John Hamm meme. Stuck in my head. It's been in my head since, dude, like days now. I can't get enough of it. It's such a bop. You know the one I'm talking about. The one that goes, oh, maybe turn the lights off. That one. Yes, I did neglect my duty of using Mars to go into and out of the curse room just to do that. You're welcome. Hoping that we get like a Hierophant card. That'd be nice. Oh, okay. Well, we may be needing the Juice of Shadow here. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about there. I think that Mars should do just more damage. That's a great teleport by the Stars card. If Mars, for me, it's nice utility because you can get into and out of the curse rooms for free. But if it wants to be taken seriously as an actual viable secondary attack, it has to do more damage. I am obsessed with walking into shots today, apparently. We're not gonna end 2025 and go into the first day of 2026 on a loss. Although that would be a kind of a poetic, I guess, soft reset of everything. But that's not what we're looking to do here. Great damage there. I saw a little phantom shot at the end there, Isaac. Superb damage there by Nose Goblin. Or by, it's the same thing. Nose Goblin or Sinus Infection. One's a trinket and one's a passive item. Which one is which? Find out next time. Yeah, see, and then Mars just puts you in a really awkward spot. All right. Let's hope we get an Emperor card here. Let's just hope we get a good chest. That's all we can ask for. New year, new me, same game. Nice. We get ourselves Jacob's Ladder, Science, or the Common Cold, Tech Point 5, and Bomber Boy. Okay, so we are ready to go for the rest of this run. We immediately lose our Soul Heart. A-main card is not going to help us here. Jacob's Ladder is huge. And we've gone to another dead end. You see just the flood of tears that we can send across the room, but we've got a long way to go here. Really mad at myself for losing so much HP when we definitely didn't need to. Gotta do some Matrix level dodging here. And we've gone the wrong way. Now, I'm not going to say that anti-grav is the main reason why we're in this pickle here, but it's definitely not helping. Okay, Mars, you really got to stop going off. You're making your way back to the we don't take you ever, just under any circumstance. Rainbow Baby is rainbow bad. I do not want to turn into Black Judas until at least Blue Baby's been found. So we've got to do some really expert level dodging here on 1 HP for the entire duration of the chest, which is way easier said than done. Especially when you have Mars just going off all willy-nilly. We do get a Bozo Soul Heart, which does also give us a very ridiculously small damage upgrade, but it is damage. I feel like a Seagram's here for some reason. Not. I'm gonna rip it with the Hermit card. And I was hoping it was gonna take us towards a little bit further away, but I feel like Blue Baby is north of here. We got to do this room anyway with the 3 champion Ragman. Dude, Mars, okay? Mars, you're done for 2026. You're done. You're done. That's that. I can't even count how many times now that has gone off without me even touching the keyboard. Rip Mars 2026 to 2026. You were a nuisance and a right annoyance. You would not be missed. Again, didn't touch that. Hey! All right. Got to put up or shut up here. We've got the Holy Mantle thanks to the blanket. Good damage there from Sinus Infection. Jacob's Ladder helping us out too. We're trying to get maximum range with our lump of coal shots. Whew, and there we go. So we ended up officially basically no hitting the chest, and Ooh, a little bit of a shocker, a little bit of a scare there for the start of 2026. But like I said, one final time, Happy New Year's, everybody. I hope your New Year's Eves were awesome. And let me know what you did down below. Let me know if you spent it with your significant other, or maybe you went on a date, or maybe you just had a cookout, or maybe you just stayed home and watched the stream. Post them in the comments down below. Post some pictures on the subreddit too. We love to see that kind of stuff here in the Mosh Pit. Welcome to 2026, everybody. I hope this year goes off to a great start for you, myself, and the channel. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks to patrons of mine like Status Kalanitos, Nathan Trumbo, Bradley Schoenhide, Tim Walker, and Kevin Lay. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Invicta.